Can we be on our feet, please? In Jesus' name. Our Lord and our Father, we thank you for this day. We thank you because this is the day that you have made. We are glad that we are part of it. We thank you, Lord God, even for this day and for this program. Thank you that we are starting in earnest the opening of the law week. Father, we pray that you will superintend, you will be with us. Father, all who will play one key role or the other, you will lead them. We pray for those who will be traveling from far to attend. We ask that you grant them journey mercies. We pray, Father, Lord, that you will take over this program and grant success in all that we will do. The discussions will be incisive, the discussions, Father, will be enlightening, and will leave this place knowing what we should do and what you intend us to learn. We thank you because we live with leaders from the beginning to the end. All those that will anchor the program, grant them wisdom. Thank you for hearing us because we are prayed in Jesus' name.
The opening prayer. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the national anthem. I'd like to pray for our indulgence to remain standing as we sing the national anthem. I'd like to invite the DJ to lead us in the national anthem, please. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, without any waste of time, we'd like to recognize the presence of the eminent personalities in our midst. To start with, I'd like to recognize the chairman of this very occasion in the person of Brigadier General Jonathan Ndam Temlong. Please put your hands together for our able chairman as we invite you to the high table. Please put your hands together once again for our able chairman. Thank you for coming and for honoring our invitation. Ladies and gentlemen, following the introduction of the chairman, I would like to recognize the presence actually mobile professor of law,
from your
senior of Nigeria par excellence. It is indeed my honor and privilege to recognize the keynote speaker of this wonderful event. Ladies and gentlemen, with a resounding ovation, put your hands together as I make welcome Professor Dakas C.A. Dakas S.A.L. Please put your hands together for him as we welcome him to the high table. Prof, you are welcome. Thank you for honoring our invitation. Moving forward in this train, I'd like to recognize the presence of another distinguished personality in our midst. Ladies and gentlemen, I have the honor and the singular privilege of recognizing the Honorable Attorney General of Plateau State in the person of Honorable Chiantus T. Please put your hands together for him. Thank you, Leonard AG. Ladies and gentlemen, pardon me for the misnomer I just committed just now. The Leonard AG is protesting and he wants to enter Nolly because we have not pronounced his name very well. Leonard AG this time, I will pronounce it well. I'm so sorry for that. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together as I make welcome the Honorable Attorney General of Plateau State in the person of Chris T. Amado. Please put your hands together for him. Thank you, Leonard AG. And now AG honor the recognition. Thank you, AG. Ladies and gentlemen, moving forward, we have another eminent personality in our midst. It is my honor once again to recognize the presence of the former National Vice President of the NBA and one-time chairman of NBA Jos Branch in the person of Mr. Caleb Gajan. Please put your hands together for him. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to recognize my lords in this house, very wonderfully seated and eminently seated. Ladies and gentlemen, since when I did practice for Jos, I never see some of my lords like this. They are always in their regalia and regulated attire. It is my honor to recognize my Lord Justice, Honorable Justice Daddy in the house. Please put your hands together for my Lord. Thank you, my Lord. We also have sitting next to my Lord, we have Honorable Justice Nafisa Musa in the house. Please put your hands together for my Lord. We also have in the house ladies and gentlemen, moving forward, I'm still coming back to recognize my lords at the Plateau State High Court of Justice. But moving forward in our introduction of guests, I'd like to recognize the very presence of our distinguished judge at the National Industrial Court in the person of Honorable Justice Basi and his dear wife. Please put your hands together for them. Thank you for honoring our invitation, my Lord. Ladies and gentlemen, moving forward, we'd like to recognize the presence of the acting Grand Candy of Plateau State in the person of Honorable Justice Umar Ibrahim. Please put your hands together for him. Like to recognize the presence of the former head of service in the person of Mrs. Buddha Fuenchi. Please put your hands together for her once again. Thank you for honoring our invitation. Ladies and gentlemen, we have distinguished and eminent judges in the house. It is my honor and privilege of recognizing my Lord, Honorable Justice Dakwat in the house, retired. Please put your hands together for my Lord. Ladies and gentlemen, we also have in our midst seated in honor of the NBA, Honorable Justice Bakfur in the house. Please put your hands together for my Lord. YouTube. Ladies and gentlemen, representing the CJ of Plateau State, here in the house is my Lord, Honorable Justice A.A. Ashon. Put your hands together for my Lord. Representing the CJ. My Lord, we are most grateful. Ladies and gentlemen, without any waste of time, we'll still revisit the introduction of the eminent judges in our midst. But very quickly, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to recognize the presence of the Chairman Law Week Committee NBA Just Branch in the person of Mr. S.S. Obende. Put your hands together for our able chairman. Very quickly, before we revisit the introduction of my lords, in the order of seniority, which is a well-established tradition at the bar and even on the bench, would like to call on the chairman, NBA Just Branch, for his speech. Put your hands together for our able chairman. Ladies and gentlemen, the more you clap, the faster our chairman comes for his speech. Put your hands together for our able chairman once again for the chairman's speech. Thank you. People can clap for chairman.
Lord, let me start by saying, Chairman of Execution, Brigadier General Jonathan Dam Leblanc, my Lord, the Chief Judge of Plateau State, who is ably represented, my Lord, the President of the Customary Court of Appeal, my Lord, the Grand Kadi of the Sharia Court of Appeal, my Lords, Judges of the High Court, they are present, my Lords, Justices of the National Industrial Court, your worships, Chief Registrars of the respective courts, Chairman Nigerian Bar Association, West Branch, Chairman of other branches of the Nigerian Bar Association, here present, Senior Advocates of Nigeria, very learned senior colleagues, the Federation of Women Lawyers, the young lawyers here present, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me great pleasure to welcome you formally to our 2022 Law Week program. Law Week affords us the rare opportunity and privilege as lawyers within the jurisdiction of the branch to fraternize under an atmosphere of conviviality. It is a time to do away with research, drafting, and preparation for trial. For the period of the Law Week, we are expected to take time out to exercise ourselves for bodily exercise this prophet. I'm sure we'll take advantage of this admonition this period. This year, flowing from the annual general conference of the association, the Law Week Committee deemed it appropriate to use the period of this to domesticate the tone set at the annual conference. Indeed, each state and jurisdiction has its own peculiarities. For us, on the plateau, the home of peace and tourism, our peculiarities are different. Elections on the plateau come with its own intrigues and complexities. Every election year throws up a series of unimaginable reasoning and contentions. This year, as we engage the 2022 general elections, we acknowledge that it is a time of transition in Plateau State. This is because, having spent 2 terms, our friend and colleague, the Executive Governor of Plateau State, His Excellency Right Honorable Dr. Simon Fakulano, CON, is not entitled to contest the election for the office of Governor of Plateau State, and therefore it is surely a transition. How will such transitions be handled? Politicians are out there in the field canvassing for votes. The citizens are engaged in the campaigns at different levels and in varying activities in the political process. Are there any guarantees that the electoral process will meet the expectation of the citizens? Are there fears and concerns? How can these fears and concerns of the citizens be assuaged? That the election will be free, fair, credible, and peaceful. As legal practitioners, each time we put on our guard within legal circles, we are not and do not profess to be politicians, but we sure know what it takes for a free, credible, and fair election to be attained. This is the rationale behind the theme of the 2022 law week, tipping point 2023 general elections in perspective. Is it really a tipping point for Plateau State? From which perspective will the outcome of the general elections in Plateau State change the dynamics of the elections and the interest of the citizens of Plateau State? Will the unwritten zoning agreement or arrangement be an established one, or will there be a departure? Will a dark horse change the narration? What are the concerns from the security perspective? Will the 2023 general elections in Plateau State take us back to the days of insecurity or a restoration of peace? Will it be an Eldorado for the people of Plateau State? These are genuine questions that must agitate our minds as we draw closer to the 2023 elections. The Nigerian Bar Association has a responsive body with the responsibility to chart, alight, and draw the attention of the citizenry and government to weighty matters of importance for good governance and rule of law, is using the opportunity of the Just Branch 2022 Law Week to engage the political class and the citizen in the advocacy for peaceful and issue-based electionary engagement. This engagement is born out of the need to protect political and electionary activities for the purpose of achieving a free and fair electionary process during the 2022 general elections. I must apologize at this time. I'm sure I inadvertently omitted to recognize the presence of our keynote speaker in this opening ceremony. Professor Dr. C.J. Dagas, Senior Advocate, Consultant. I'm awfully sorry that I didn't recognize you. I apologize. Former Attorney General, Consultant. Should I continue? Well, I'll reserve the other one. But I can just say safely that he made an attempt which hopefully someday will become a reality. I may also use this opportunity to also apologize to the member of the General, the Santos body for meeting to recognize me. Our learned professor and lead consultant, erudite professor of law and senior advocate of Nigeria, Professor Dr. C.J. Dagas, SAN, will profoundly address some of these concerns. In furtherance of our growth as lawyers, we have deliberately taken the decision to lead the discourse for the transformation of our immediate society, which is Plateau State. Campaigns and elections are ordinarily meant to advance the cause of emancipation and development of societies. Security issues, violence, and thuggery seem to relegate this important role of elections in governance. It is in this regard that the 2022 Law Week program seeks to draw the attention of the political class, voters, and citizens of Plateau State on the need to engage in issue-based campaigns and elections conducted peacefully. Towards this end, this year's Law Week will see the bar collaborate with the press as it interrogates the role of the press in agenda setting 2023 elections in Plateau State in context. This Law Week will also afford the players in the legal profession, first hand from the gubernatorial candidates of the frontline political parties. As our colleagues who are also engaged in seeking elected positions at the various levels of the legislature, we have also extended this gesture to them to come to the realization that much is expected of them as they engage in the discharge of their legislative duties upon being successful and full. This is the call to accountability. As it is customary, this year's Law Week has featured already an array of activities, including in health work, golf, cycling, football, table tennis, and Scrabble. We're expected to have a dinner and a bar and bench forum. There is also the spiritual engagement as we return to give God thanks for an eventful year and trusting God for a fulfilling and successful 2023 year. Thus completing the admonition that bodily exercise profits a little, while godliness is profitable unto all things, both in the present and the life to come. 1 Timothy 4 verse 8. We believe that the 2022 Law Week will be enriching. We hope every one of us will take maximum benefit of the activities of this program. We are immensely grateful to those who have supported this event by their resources, time, talent, financial contributions, and suggestions. The Law Week Committee is deeply appreciative, and your cooperation is truly acknowledged. May I, at this junction, on behalf of the Law Week Committee, express our profound gratitude to the leadership of the Jos Branch for giving us the opportunity to serve in this assignment. We also extend our appreciation to every member of the branch who has supported the committee. By registering for this Law Week, we are especially grateful to our colleagues who have had to make additional contributions towards ensuring that this program is a success. We are also grateful to friends of the legal profession who have relentlessly supported us. Finally, our gratitude goes to the government of Plateau State, led by the Right Honorable Dr. Simon Magulano, CON, for the support and encouragement. I've chosen to refrain from mentioning names, but all our sponsors and supporters are immensely appreciated for helping us deliver on a program that is worthwhile. May I also, again, at this junction, very specially appreciate my lords, both and our colleagues in the lower bench, your honor, your worships, for considering these days we are asked to have our program as country, and for your presence here, and to say we really appreciate your presence here. This Law Week also affords us the opportunity to interact, and I'm trusting that it will be a worthwhile move for us. Finally, it is with joy that I stand to appreciate every member of the Law Week Committee, also inclusive of the co-opted members, who have all sacrificed their time, resources, and energy towards the organization of the 2022 Law Week. Thank you all, and I say God bless you. Once again, welcome, and I pray that God help us have a fruitful time in this Law Week. Thank you very much.
For that wonderful speech, please put your hands together for our able chairman once again. Ladies and gentlemen, moving on with the introduction of the special guest we have in our midst this morning. Indeed, it is my honor once again to formally recognize the presence of the representative of the Honorable Chief Judge of Plateau State in the person of Honorable Justice Arun Ashok. Please put your hands together for my Lord once again. Thank you, my Lord. We also have in our midst the President of the Customary Court of Appeal in the person of Honorable Justice Blessing L. Dalio. Put your hands together for my Lord. Also in our midst, we have, I would like to recognize the presence of Honorable Justice Ishaku Kunda. Put your hands together for my Lord. Seated in our midst this morning, in honor of this great occasion, we also have in our midst Honorable Justice S.P. Gam. Put your hands together for my Lord, please. Right here in this auditorium, we are privileged to be honored by the very presence of my Lord, Honorable Justice Nampon J. Daddy. Please put your hands together for my Lord. Sitting next to my Lord is my Lord, Honorable Justice Nafisat Musa. Please put your hands together for my Lord. We'd like to also recognize the presence of my Lord, Honorable Justice V.J. Dado. Please put your hands together for my Lord. Also present in this auspicious occasion is Honorable Justice G. Fom-Yong. Please put your hands together for my Lord. We also have in our midst the very presence of Honorable Justice Boniface Njo. Please put your hands together for my Lord. We also have in our midst the very presence of Honorable Justice P. Injan. Please put your hands together for my Lord. Thank you. We also have in our midst Honorable Justice G.E. Dashe. Please put your hands together for my Lord. Also present to witness this great occasion is my Lord, Honorable Justice N. Shah Sheikh. Please put your hands together for my Lord. We also have in our midst the very presence of Honorable Justice B.M. Bassi. Please put your hands together for my Lord. We also have in our midst Honorable Justice Jacob Longden. Please put your hands together for my Lord. Right in this hall, we are also privileged to have in our midst the former CJ of Plateau State, in the person of Honorable Justice Y.G. Dakwa. Please put your hands together for my Lord. We also have in our midst my Lord, Honorable Justice S.T. Sapchi. Please put your hands together for my Lord. Right in this auditorium, we are also privileged to have heavy intellectual presence. It is indeed my honor and privilege to recognize the Deputy Dean, Faculty of Law, University of Jos, in the person of Professor F.M. Kwede. Please put your hands together for him. Ladies and gentlemen, we also have the representative of the Deputy Speaker, National Assembly, Abuja, talking about Right Honorable Ahmed Wase, ably represented by Honorable S.T. Abubakar. Please put your hands together for him. We also have in our midst my Lord, Honorable Justice E.I. Angai. Please put your hands together for my Lord. We also have in our midst the representative of the Commissioner of Police, Plateau State Command, in the person of Supo Obina Simon Okuru Esquire. Please put your hands together for him. We also have in our midst a controller, Nigerian Immigration, Plateau State Command, in the person of ACI Bala Nyalong. Please put your hands together for him. Thank you for honoring the invitation to be here today. Ladies and gentlemen, knowing fully well that our time is fast spent already, it is my honor to invite the chairman, MBA Jos Branch, for his speech. Please put your hands together for the able chairman.
May I, for want of time, rely on the corrected protocol already set by the chairman of the Law Will Committee. And for the same reason, since it appears that almost everybody has a copy of the program, wherein from page 19 to 21 is my address. I will like to summarize this address for want of time. It gives me great pleasure to welcome you all to this auspicious occasion of the 2022 Law Week of the Nigeria Bar Association Jos Branch. I give praise to God Almighty for preserving our lives to witness this all-important event. Thanking God for preserving our lives is significantly important, more so that the Jos Branch of the Nigeria Bar Association, from the beginning of the year to today, lost 2 of its members, and the Plateau State Judiciary equally lost 1 of its judges. Therefore, we cannot take for granted that we are alive and witnessing this event. I will crave your indulgences that we just stand up to observe 1 minute silence in honor of our departed colleagues, both from the bench and the bar. From the bench, we lost Honorable Justice Ladi Ajerima Daiki, and from the bar, we lost Alheri Amos Muzo, and we also lost Victor. May the souls of our departed colleagues and all other faithful departed rest with the Lord. May we have our seats. The branch is using this year's Law Week to stimulate the conscience of the citizenry towards the 2023 general elections by creating a platform for the candidates of various political parties to talk directly to the electorate on issues that will be the focus of their government if elected. It is believed that at this platform, the electorates will galvanize to cast their votes for candidates of their choices based on the issues and not sentiments. Although it is not a debate, nevertheless, it is an opportunity for the electors to hear firsthand from the candidates. Elections are not do or die affair, but we are an avenue for the electors to elect persons who will lead them in our representative democracy. In this respect, we employ the players to ensure that they conform to the requirements of the law. The Electoral Act 2022 has set out the do's and don'ts for the general elections that the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, all other political parties, candidates, and especially their supporters must observe for the good of the system and ultimately the polity. If any person infracts the long arm of justice will surely catch up with the person. Political parties and their members, candidates, and their supporters must ensure that the 2023 general elections are free of violence on the platform. No blood of a citizen of the state is worthy of being shed for any candidate's electoral victory. We must collectively say no to electoral violence or any form of violence at all as we face the 2023 general elections. To our invited guests, we thank you for honoring our invitation. The chairman of the occasion is not a stranger to the peculiar issues that affect Plateau State within the context of the Nigerian state. You are specially welcome, sir. Our keynote speaker, Professor Daka C.J. Daka, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, is an erudite scholar of global distinction, but is not oblivious of the issues that affect the Nigerian state, and Plateau State especially. I enjoin the political class, legal practitioners, and the general public to sit back and enjoy the grace of hearing from this hugely endowed scholar as he speaks to us on the theme of the 2022 Law Week, Tipping Point 2023 General Elections in Perspective. I beg you that the issues that the learned scholar shall throw up and the finesse of his presentation will catapult you out from the wall of fantasy to the wall of facts and reality. I equally employ the candidates who will speak to the electors today to focus on issues that will bring on board good governance. This avenue is not for mudslinging or vitriolic exchanges, but an avenue of conviviality for robust engagement with the electorate. Let the crest of the Plateau hear that which you will bring to benefit it. Let every nook and cranny of Plateau State hear that which you will bring to benefit it. Let every adult, male and female, and children on the Plateau hear that which you will bring to benefit them. Let every valley, brooks, rivers, and every component of the flora and fauna on the Plateau hear that which you will bring to benefit it. Let every situation on the Plateau hear that which you will bring to benefit it. Let citizens of Plateau State resonate with your message till election day. I must sincerely thank His Lordship, the Honorable Chief Judge of Plateau State, Honorable Justice David Gorman, for collaborating with the bar to have this year's Law Week. The Nigerian Bar Association Just Branch wishes to use this medium to commend the Chief Judge of Plateau State and the management of the Plateau State Judiciary for the renovations of the Upper Area Court Kabong Jos, as well as the Chief Magistrate Court / Grade 1 Area Court Nasarawa Jos. These two courts were in abject dilapidative state before the facelift. This will enhance the dispensation of justice in commendable time. We equally enjoy your open door policy. Our thanks also go to the acting Grand Kadi, Honorable Justice Umar Ibrahim Abdullahi, of the Plateau State Sharia Court of Appeal, and the President of the Plateau State Customary Court of Appeal, Honorable Justice Blessing Dari. We equally thank your lordships, judges of the Superior Court of Plateau State. We also appreciate your worships and your honors here present. Let me state this, that I omitted to capture the development at the Customary Court of Appeal, Plateau State. We have seen that a new fence has been erected and it is beautiful. It is beautiful. A new gate, I think a new entrance, wonderfully done. So we commend the President of the Customary Court of Appeal, Plateau State, and the management team of that court. Your Excellency, the Governor of Plateau State, Right Honorable Dr. Simon Bakolalo, CON, GSKK, Chairman Northern Governors Forum of Director General, Presidential Campaign Council of All Progressive Congress. You have proven yourself as a complete barman, both at the national and branch levels. The bar welcomes you as a special guest of honor. We are blessed to have you as a member and former officer of the branch. You have been an excellent example by paying your annual bar practice fees as and when due. You never said that since you have become the governor, you will not pay. You have equally supported members of the branch and other branches of the Plateau during annual general conferences. We appreciate you for the recent donation of a brand new bus, which we hope to take delivery soon. We equally appreciate you and the government of Plateau State for the donation of the bar center situated at Joseph Gombo Road near Police Headquarters, Jos. Your Excellency has also promised to renovate the property thereon and hand over the certificate of occupancy of the land and property to the bar. You have done so well that we resonate with joy. We have made history in the annals of the Nigerian Bar Association. You have made history in the annals of the Nigerian Bar Association, not only in Jos branch, but nationally. Your Excellency, we look forward to enjoying the 2022 law week with you, even as you will, in a short while from now, declare it up. Your Excellency, the Governor of Plateau State, Right Honorable Simon Bakola Long, GCON, KSGG, the Right Honorable Speaker, Plateau State House of Assembly, the Chief Judge of Plateau State, and your Lordships here present, our distinguished guests, members of the legal community, our friends from other professions, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy the 2022 Law Week in the serenity of the city of Jos Plateau. Thank you and God bless you. Long live Nigeria Bar Association of Plateau. Long live Plateau State of Nigeria. Long live the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Thank you, our distinguished chairman, for that wonderful speech. Ladies and gentlemen, moving forward in this auspicious occasion, like to welcome and invite the chairman of this very occasion for the chairman's speech. On this note, please put your hands together as I make welcome Brigadier General Jonathan Idam Temlong. Please put your hands together for me.
Thank you very much, our Master of Ceremony, the Lords, our keynote speaker, Attorney General and Rep of the Governor, ladies and gentlemen, I would rather stand on the protocol established by Barrister Obende. When you stand before learned people and you are not learned yourself, the safest way is to do, the safest thing to do is to do as the Romans do so that you don't get caught up. More so, when you have your legal language and you say sometimes one is in contempt and you send us to court for to jail for contempt, then we are always afraid of you. Recently, I saw the IG police and I think last week the Chief of Army Staff. Yes. So I said, well, our judiciary is doing well now. The only problem is that who will execute those orders? Is it the policemen who will take their IGs to jail? Or is it the military men who will take the Chief of Army Staff to the correctional homes? But I think it's a good omen that in a democracy, the rule of law is paramount. It's one of the standing pillars of democracy. And it is the absence of the rule of law that brings anarchy. What we are seeing here in this country, what we call banditry, kidnapping and the rest, is lawlessness by a bunch of criminals who know that the law will not catch up with them. And so they organize themselves into groups and get the support of elites like you and me, who will sponsor them to make this country unsafe for each and every one of us. But if the bar and the bench, and then the police and our correctional service are up to their task, we will put this behind us. What the military is supposed to do, what they are doing now, is providing aid to civil authority. There is no way that the military can give you a safe and secure Nigeria if you people do not do your work. If the citizens do not even do theirs. And so it's so important that when we come here, we should talk to ourselves in a way that will arouse our consciousness to the fact that sometimes we see in the military that justice suffers at the expense of discipline. But I think in national security parlance, justice should suffer at the expense of national security. I want to thank the organizers most sincerely for finding me fit to come and stand before you. I'm really humbled by this invitation. I said, as I've said earlier, I'm not a learned person, I'm only educated. So to come and talk to learned people is something that is quite difficult. But by my training as a military officer, and a general for that matter, we can always talk in general. So I want to thank you. I want to thank my talk with you this morning as my random musings. Random musings in the fact that what you are discussing, your theme, is tipping point. The 2023 elections in perspective. I'm not going to discuss the lecture, but I want to set the tone for you in your discussions later on by my random musings. Why is it tipping point? Is it the first time we're having tipping point? Or as Malcolm Gladwell wrote in his book, the tipping point, how little things can make a big difference. I think we have had so many tipping points in the past. Why are we so hyped up about 2023? In 2014, because of the American study, the US Department of Defense, that Nigeria will collapse by 2015, everybody was afraid, thinking that that would be the tipping point. And so you found out that there were a lot of talks on preparatory by leadership and the elite to see how they could manage a fallout of an election that might end the country. Unfortunately for the Americans, as I used to tell them, they look at the world in their own prism. What will not happen in their area, they will think it will be something that will not happen here. They don't know that our political elites know how to make noise outside, and when they come onto the table, they know how to share the national cake without making noise. And so nobody will want to be left out. And so when they talk, they believe that what happens in their own climate will be the same thing here. However, It is important that the bar and the bench set a narrative in terms of good governance, in terms of interpreting the Constitution in a way that will be able to benefit the ordinary citizens or the common man, as it's been called, to the extent that you will have confidence in both the judiciary and the executive branch. So in the spirit of the Constitution, which I don't know if it has a spirit, because in the American Constitution, the authors were kind enough to come up with what they call the Federalist Papers to explain the spirit of some of the provisions in the Constitution, which I know that the judiciary use a lot in interpreting the Constitution. In our own case, it's always argued that it's a military constitution, and when we say we the people, it was imposed on you. But I thought it has been long since civilians got in the government, and I've carried out a lot of constitutional amendments to the extent that every new legislature, the first task they have is to put up a constitutional review committee, as it were. And they don't do it until by next year you'll see them coming up with a chunk of provisions that they want to review, the 1999 Constitution as amended. And we will not know what will happen with it. Some of the most important provisions will die with that legislature. So how do we go from there? The legal profession must take a lead and look at some of those provisions that are not people-oriented. However, when you pass laws, when you make laws that you cannot enforce, it's as good as not making laws. So what do we do to make sure that our laws are properly enforced? I think from your experiences, both at the bar and the bench, you should be able to harness this to the extent that you help government or the judicial legislature in bringing out amendments that will be able to make sure that these provisions can be enforced. The other aspect of enforcement is the law enforcement agencies themselves. Are they ready? Are they willing? Do they have the capacity and competence to enforce the laws as they are? When we talk about capacity and competence, I've always said it, even nationally on TV several times, that the Nigerian police as it is today is not in a position to enforce laws because their numbers are not what you would expect. Fortunately, at the national level, I've been involved in committees and have said it. And I believe we people are a very champ pressure group that can continue to enforce it and push it forward in the front corner. In a local government, you have sometimes 43 policemen to police a local government. In a district, you have 2 policemen. The citizens themselves do not know Their rights and responsibility as to help even the policemen and effective citizens' arrests. When I was growing in the 60s, we had the Native Authority Police. And one Native Authority policeman will come to the districts, to the market, and once he blows his whistle, the whole citizens will come to him and ask what he wants. And once he points at somebody, the citizens will follow him until they effect the arrest. Until he puts an handcuff in the hands of that person before the citizens will move away. Today, the policemen are your friend. They are as good as what they are, which you know. And I've said it, that the best PR that the police can do, and even you, the bar and the bench, it is you are the best PR yourself, not somebody talking for you. What your actions, what your acts, your comportment, your relationship with the citizens is the PR. When you tell us that the police is our friend, and when the police are extorting us, they cannot be our friends. When you say judiciary is the last hope of the common man, if the common man comes to the judiciary and finds out that justice is only available to the highest bidder, the judiciary can never be the hope of the common man. Last hope. So these are some of the random musings that I said as we go forward. I think you could discuss that as we move. Not finished. I've been told by organizers, and I heard them say, yes, I made a foray into politics. And like my boss, General Lanjuba, I found out that politics is not like ordinary warfare. It's more like asymmetric warfare. One, you don't know where the enemy is within you. Even those who follow and shout for you, you are what, you are what, they are the worst of people planted around you. A lot of backstabbing, a lot of the vices that you think are available in politics. How do we make politics attractive to men of honor? I think General Babangida tried with his Politburo and MAMSA to change the narrative, to move politics a little bit to the grassroots so that not just the elite will continue. Unfortunately, the elite hijacked the grassroots. How do we allow the grassroots to function? Because once we've hijacked, we have what you call Abuja politicians. In our own case here, the just politicians, who control the grassroots by the massive use of resources which has been pillaged from our common tilt. And so for you to get a political process that comes up, definitely you must have men and honor right from the ward level, the polling units level, local government, states, before they get to national. Discussing with the governor, sometimes he told me that by the constitution, I don't know whether it has been changed now, PDP then. Well, it's only the governors that will put a president, and only the governors that will put their successors. So what do we do? Is there a way we can put inputs into it so that politics, democracy can run the way it's supposed to run, so the will of the people starting from bottom up, come up. Is there a way we can do that? These are questions that I think people can agitate. I was a member of the transition committee of the Buhari administration. I was drafted into the Security and Intelligence Committee. I had just finished work on the reviewed National Defense Policy. And when we got there, they said it's voluntary. I asked them what is voluntary. I said, don't we have a transition law? They said there is no transition law. And I said the first thing, if this government comes in 2015, is to put in place a transition law. I've asked, when I came back from Abuja, I was drafted into the Plateau State for the security too. And there was no transition law saying we should manage. And I believe that there is no transition law up till now. So when we were talking about a transition can only take place smoothly when there is a law in place and there are resources allocated so that the capacity of those who are coming to take over will be built. Because you don't carry somebody from the business world and come and put him as a key personality in government and you expect that he functions the way he's supposed to be functioning. No. You put a governor as a local government chairman, and today he's one of the provincial cabinet. I said, had you, when he came before us, I said, if you had it been there was some capacity building for you to know how national decision security message is done, would you have been better off? He said, yes, you would have been better off because you would have been able to know how to employ those resources that are available to him in government and use them for the benefit of the citizens. So today, if you carry a learned colleague like yours and make him a governor of Plateau State, you will be in the national security decision system. You will be like somebody dropped from a desert into a forest, or somebody from a forest or desert taken into the ocean and given a naval ship to navigate. That is our problem. At the national level, there is a national security staff that is professional under the National Security Advisor, the Director of State Security, the Armed Forces. These are professional staff that are there. You don't have the same at the state level. The best you do is to put PAMSEC security. Somebody who has known his own work is to control the resources that comes for security. So when you talk about going forward in the elections, are we going to have security? Yes, the states are chief security officers, governors are chief security officer. To what level can they leverage the national security resources available to them to use? To what level are the citizens going to be involved in their own security? Because you say security is everybody's business. You cannot give what you have. Our citizens do not know how it is to be involved in national security. How are they involved in? Because we have failed to build their capacity. So, at least for you, the judges, you have orders, or the PAMSEC, you have orders. But for the ordinary citizen, supposing he sees something of interest, and how does he know that thing of interest comes in? How does he report? to the security chain. And how does he get this thing? Do we have the national security infrastructure that will aid those in the security circle? Are our streets named and numbered? Do we have access to the streets? These are the infrastructure. Today you have Google Map, it can take you. But when you do fill form, they say put the nearest landmark to your house. So if they move to the nearest landmark and say this is the nearest landmark, and you are across, you will spend all your credit trying to describe your house, the security to come and salvage you. Because these are things that should have been on Google Map. That the moment they take off from the nearest patrol point, they should reach your location. And the question again is that, are the citizens ready? Are we as citizens? If we say we want a 5 minutes response time, we must tell the security agencies that for every part of this metropolis, we want a 5 minutes response time. And there should be tracking and accountability. Because when you make that call, it should be recorded. The security should tell you that if you want a 5 minutes response time, we need 500 vehicles, patrol vehicles. We need 500,000 citizens to patrol, policemen to secure Plateau State. If you give them that, you hold them accountable when they don't do it in 5 minutes. But when you say you want a response time of 5 minutes with what they have now, it's impossible. The only solution you can do is probably to use technology as a force multiplier. But there is an extent to which technology can do. The rest you need boots on ground. To go and arrest somebody inside a compound, you need boots on ground. Technology can lead you to where it is, but you need boots on ground. So as the elite of society, and as the conscience and the custodians of the law, what can we do to make sure that we have a secure state? The story has been told that a criminal was remanded by a judge in the correctional home service. The judge was traveling to Abuja, and where did he see the person? In Akwanga. That person had not been released. There was no warrant for the production. And the judge, for his safety, avoided his journey from Akwanga back to Jos. These are some of the stories we hear, and they are true. How can the judge be able to give orders that are blind and go back home and sleep, knowing that he or she or his family or her family is not endangered? How can you, the lawyer, prosecute in the way that you think you are putting your best and you get a conviction, and then you go and sleep at home with your 2 eyes closed? So is 2023 actually a tipping point? Are we prepared for the nation that the citizens matter? Are we prepared to make elections? What those who sat down and crafted out democracy to do that? I think these are many things are what you should do. And I believe that at the end of the day, you should be able to set up a committee to help in putting up a transition law and giving it to the Attorney General to push it through before this government so that the budget of 2023 has been done, there should be allocation for transition. So that once a transition committee is set, they don't go cap in hand begging for money from the executive. Money is passed to them and they account for that money. Capacity building is done. The state is that they want to do. They set up research teams and the rest will do that. And by the time the government starts, they hit the ground running. It's not rocket science. And that's why you find out that even before the government takes place in America, the key portfolios of defense and Secretary of State are even built and passed before the government the president takes the oath of office, because you don't want a situation where I don't want to. So these are things that must stand in the transition to overlook. You just don't send names, send people with their portfolio so that they ask them what they are going to come up with. What are they going to come up with? I want to thank you for this opportunity. I believe that you are an important segment because what you are going to discuss, people outside there will not know. What are you going to do with their community at the end of this? Who are you going to be? And how do you make sure you follow up that the decisions taken here are being done? You say the electorate are not here. It is you. And you are a very influential segment of society that you can push things down to the electorate. So I think we must change that perspective and the narrative. It's not the electorate about you and reaching out to the electorates. Because when you speak with authority, people will listen to you and respect you. So how do we get these things done and how do we influence and change the narrative? Is what I think we should come up with. On that note, I want to thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to come and be amongst you and learn from the better people. Probably by the time I meet here, we'll be able to give you a big deal. For the final note, the legal profession and the military are not from discipline and hierarchy. The young ones, you need to maintain what the older ones have put in place. Senior lawyers who are seated before you were busy making noise outside. When it was even past 10, they had to start asking you to come in. The legal profession is not for discipline, it's not for hierarchy. Don't allow it fall during your time. Make sure you maintain it. Thank you. God bless the grand participation. God bless the legal profession. God bless Plateau State. And God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Thank you, our distinguished chairman, for that wonderful speech. Please put your hands together once again for our able chairman. Thank you so much, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, Lord, on this auspicious occasion, we'd like to recognize the presence of the former chairman of the NBA Jos Branch in the person of Mr. T. Kekemeke. Please, a round of applause for our able chairman. We also have in our midst the former chairman of NBA Jos Branch in the person of Mr. Y.S. Bauer. Please put your hands together for our chairman. Ladies and gentlemen, we also have in our midst one of the latest senior advocates in Nigeria in this branch, Please put your hands together as we recognize Mr. E.O. Okoro SAN. Representing all professionals in this state, I'd like to recognize the presence of Dr. Raymond Gaspar, the interim chairman, Association of Professional Bodies in Nigeria, particularly Plateau State Chapter. Please put your hands together for him. Without any waste of time, we'd like to take few goodwill messages. Few goodwill messages on the strength of which we'd like to invite the representative of the Honorable Chief Judge of Plateau State in the person of my Lord Justice Ashon for his goodwill message. Put your hands together for my Lord, please.
Excellency, the Executive Governor of Plateau State, as every represented in the US my lords, particularly our ladies of courts, here excited, the Honorable General Country, President of the Republic. As I want to stand the protocol as spelled out here by the Chairman of the Planning Committee and that the Chairman of the Branch NDA. As been said, standing for his lordship, the Honorable Chief Judge of Plateau State, who also not have missed an August event, but he is confirmed the other here. He only became aware of the notice of this event on Friday, late evening, as he has been out of just quite some time. He called me to lament on the inability to be here and said if I can come and thank him for him. I asked his lordship, if you were to be here, what would you have said? Well, it's good to congratulate the NBA, the branch, for taking this event at this time, particularly considering the team. He not only asked very kindly, very necessary, and therefore no better thing can be discussed at this moment better than what has been cancelled for discussion. It's not to say the judiciary is solidly behind, in front, and standing with the NBA. And this is manifested with the fact that even without the absence of a formal application, and indeed any form of application for the courts to suspend sitting, he granted an application that was not passed. You can see that the integrity of the superior court judges here, the judges of the lower courts are all funding in the NBA. The judiciary, he said, is doing its best on its own part within limited resources, guided by the law and rules, do its best to ensure that the bar has very proud environment to practice. Both the judiciary and the bar are evaluating for the activity of the new record complex. CJ is highly appreciative of His Excellency the Executive Governor of the State for writing the completion of the project. On his own part, as has been observed, some renovations are taking place in a few of the lower parts of the metropolis. And as I was preparing to come here, I was informed very clearly from the source that it's not represented within that the war with the High Court regime is commencing within the week, including the High Court regime, and it's probably completed within the shortest period possible. This indeed is because the judiciary are sensitive, conscious of the fact that these dynamic times we must do what it takes to contribute our own quarter to the development of this nation, particularly the state. The theme of the conference, typics 2023, as the chairman of the event has been pointed, an election year is usually a year that is very sensitive. The bank was very well that the electoral law for which the elections will be conducted has radical departures of the previous electoral laws that have been very familiar. Most of the provisions have been administrated upon. The courts up to the highest court of the land. Most of the provisions in the new electoral law have not been tested. So there will be authorities that will rely upon the bar is challenged to ensure that it does not capitalize to mislead, but rather to come up very innovative submissions and will have a court to bring to limelight the spirit behind those laws. Because at the end of the day, what those provisions mean, what the court says they are. Say, law is what the court says it is. Lordship wishes then be a very robust discussion, and at the end of which, just as the chairman has said, to come up with practical resolutions that will touch the very people for which elections have been conducted. Let the best use and go deep to others who live in the ocean where waters. So my second wishes see all Lord, all this week. Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you, my Lord. We just received the goodwill from the Honorable Chief Judge of Plateau State, ably represented by my Lord Justice Haruna Ashams. Thank you so much. So we have one more moving message, and we'll go to the next item. Address and formal opening of the law making by the governor of Plateau State, who is ably represented here. Before I call on the personality who will deliver the last moving message this morning, I have the honor of recognizing the presence of our one-time Grand Chairman, Mr. Nedak Dazouk Lafer. And also one-time Solicitor General and Permanent Secretary, Plateau State Minister of Justice, who later became the head of civil service, Plateau State, Barrister Luka Onyeu. Yes, sir. Then lastly but not the least, in solidarity with the bar, we have the chairman, NBA Pankshin branch, in the person of Mr. TJJ Nanjuma, NBA Pankshin branch chairman. Yes, sir. Presence. Thank you so much. With the kind permission of the chairman of this occasion, permit me to now welcome Right Honorable Ahmed Idris to come and give us his goodwill message. He is ably represented by Honorable S.T. Abubakar.
Governor of Plateau State, ably represented by the Commission of Justice in general, my lords, distinguished judges of the heads of courts and other judges here present, Chairman of the Education, Deputy General Donald M. Malone, who gave a very good speech a few minutes ago. Senior members of the bar, I can see here present, Lana, members of the bar like Professor Dakas and so many others here. Executive members of this Lana Association, the NBA Plateau and Jones, including let me not forget to mention also the presence of my wife, who is also here, barrister and area code judge. Let me also recognize the fact that we have pressmen here with us. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Suleiman Karim Abubakar, it was rightly said, and the SA investment, the Deputy Speaker, Right Honorable Ahmed Idris Wase, who is the Deputy Speaker of the National Assembly and also the first Deputy Speaker of the ECOWAS Parliament. I'm here representing him, and he wanted to be here in person. And he also, he rightly also, is in tune with the theme of this conference, which is a tipping point towards 2023 general election, which is just few months from now. He is right now in Owerri, and is on national assignment. He wanted to be in person with you. He said he wanted to at least during his tenure, as you are aware, he's one of the longest serving lawmakers on the plateau. By June next year, he will be 16 years as a lawmaker. Only 2 of them on the plateau have that kind of ranking. That is yourself, and also Honorable Ben Lal, who represents Lantern North and South. Right Honorable Ahmed Idris Wase, as you are aware. So you can see why maybe the framers of the Constitution that recognized our 8 members of the House of Representatives out of Plateau decided to put was alone. The consideration is not mainly done on the basis of population, but geographical landmark is one of them. Wase has 2 large boundaries with Taraba. One at the local government site and another at the Caribbean site. Having said that, before I delve into his short keynote address, as a ranking member of the Plateau, you may have been aware that his landmark on the Plateau is very visible. He, along with the executive governor and other members of the legislature, has been able to support signature projects on the Plateau. Among them, we know one of them is the establishment of the Federal Polytechnic Dam. Plateau doesn't have the presence of the Federal Polytechnic. Through him, we are able to have one. Through his efforts, Plateau also has one of the orthopedic hospitals that is included in the 2023 budget. It's taken up at the former site of the Jos University Teaching Hospital. That is also one of his landmarks. Through his efforts, he has been able to also support the establishment of additional university, which is the Federal University of Education from the Plateau, which will be cited at the present location of the institution. Through his efforts, I'm just mentioning a few. Through his efforts, he has also impacted on this particular body. We are hoping and praying that the University of Jos is soon going to be a campus of one of the most campuses. This is through one of his efforts. So he has played significant role in the Plateau. I'm not talking about specific roles that he played in Washington. So we operate a system similar to that of the US. One of the largest or the longest serving senator in the US is called Robert Byrd. He served in the US Senate for about 52 years, died 2010. His signature projects are done all over the states of West Virginia. Whereas Right Honorable Muhammad Idris is not likely to be like Robert Byrd. We are seeing his signature projects on the Plateau and specific to Wase also. And not only Wase, in fact, in some other local governments on the Plateau. Having said that, let me go specific to the address. Like I said, he identified with the theme of this conference, which is taking point towards 2023 general elections in perspective. He said it is his pleasure and is highly elated by the efforts of the NBA to grant and using activities of 2022 Law Week to galvanize the entire citizens towards participation in the 2023 general elections. He also wished to state that the bar has chosen to use this opportunity to call the attention of the political class to the expectations of the citizens to ensure to issue-based, non-violent campaigns and a free, fair, and credible election. By doing this, he feel the bar has done a very commendable work. He also wished to state that the Electoral Act 2020, which was passed under their leadership, has made significant and remarkable changes in the electoral process. The effect of these changes is expected to impact on a free, fair, and credible election all over the Federation. He also wished to state that political parties, candidates, INEC, security agencies, the judiciary, NBA, and all electors are crucial stakeholders in the electionary process. It is therefore necessary that you all play your roles towards building and sustaining fair democracy, democratic system in Nigeria. Almost lastly, he wants to thank the committee of lawyers on the plateau for setting the tone in furtherance of the crucial role to ensure credible elections. He identifies with the lofty ideas of the NBA and will support such for a better plan. Like I said, he wanted to be here in person, more so that he has not been able to attend your program before. But the fact that he is in the wedding, and only this morning told me to come and represent me when he knew that I was just not going back to the office. So, on that note, we wish you a very peaceful celebration at the conference, and he wants to state that he is supporting you with the sum of 5 million naira. Thank you.
Thank you. Another round of applause. Thank you very much, Ahmed Swasi, Deputy Speaker of Federal House of Representatives, ably represented by Honorable S.T. Abubakar. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I interest you to know that Right Honorable Wase is also the first Deputy Speaker of ECOWAS Parliament. Once more, thank you very much. With the permission of the chairman, I'm still going to invite one more personality to deliver a moving message. Since this meeting is a political security collaboration, I've been asked to invite to the podium the Commissioner of Police, State Command, ably represented by CSP Obina Simeon Esquire. How could I say together for him? You have 2 minutes. You have only 2 minutes.
His Excellency, the Governor of Plateau State, ably represented by my honorable friends, the AG of the State, the Chief Judge ably represented, my Lordship, the NBA Chairman, Judge Branch, the Chairman of the Planning Committee, and the rest of other dignitaries. Let me start with the already established protocol. My duty is very simple. I'm standing for the Commissioner of Police, who ought to be here because of other national exigencies. He's not been able to make it. So it asks me to stand in for him. Like I say, my duty is simple. I want to appreciate NBA Just Branch for their doggedness in making sure the right is being done and ordered in the plateau. Our duty as security officers is simple. We have duties under our Police Act Section 4 and the new Electoral Act of 2022. I want to assure all of us, both bars, the bench, that their security is assured. Come 2023, all we want to plead, how I wish the gladiators, the state actors are here, they have signed a peace accord with us. I will keep partnering with them. They are politicians, they are special species, as I've always called the politicians. If they are here, we want to state it clearly. Let them play by the rule. There's a law that guides every of the activities. Be that as may, Nigeria have come to a point where it's like politics to do or die. We want to plead with them, politicians. It's not the fault of the lawyers. The lawyers are electorates. On the day of the election, because of them who are privileged, they go and vote. Be rest assured, your security will be granted. All we are asking that the politicians should understand that come 2023, let it not be a politics of do or die. Our former president said that his ambition, nobody's ambition, should be worth the blood of every single Nigerian. So be rest assured, I will be there for all of you, both the veterans, the adult staff, the ad hoc staff, everybody. Your security is granted. If you're privileged, that day go and vote for our legal colleagues and our lordship. Be rest assured, we provide the needed security to give us a level environment that there be no violence. Particularly our politicians, let's make sure we sensitize our supporters so that we'll be able to have a credible, free, fair general election come 2023. For us as security, we are ready, we are prepared. So on this note, I want to bring to you my city spirit. We will always be there for you. We will support you. We will provide the needed security. I wish us the very best of all the discussions as we continue in this very timely topic, tipping point 2023 general election. We rest assured we provide all the needed security in synergy with all other security outfit countries. I wish us all the very best of this year's NBA law week. God bless all of us.
Thank you very much, sir. That was the representative of the Commissioner of Police, that is his command, to be represented by CSPB SME as well. Thank you very much. I also want to recognize and discuss one-time chairman of our great branch in the person of Mr. Ra Moye. You are so much welcome, sir. I'll put our eyes together for him, sir. And then also, in solidarity with the branch, we also have in our midst the chairman MBA Ukuru branch in the person of Mr. Z.M. Lashon. Sir, you are also welcome. We acknowledge you duly. Thank you very much. This time we are going to the address and formal opening of the 2022 law made by the Governor of Plateau State. But before I invite him, I would like to use this medium to apologize to members because we are gone past the scheduled time. And we have confidence and faith that our keynote speaker, Mr. Douglas, will do justice. As much as we have the gubernatorial aspirants coming in, we are also happy that they will be here to listen to him deliver. We are grateful. I'd like you to, with some round of applause, welcome the Executive Governor of Plateau State, His Excellency, Right Honorable Dr. S.P. Lalong, CON-KSTJ, Chairman Nigeria Governors Forum, who is ably represented by Honorable Luis Santos Tuame Amadu, Honorable Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice, Plateau State. Welcome, sir.
The Honorable Chief Judge of Life is very my Lord's Honorable Heads of courts, distinguished judges of the superior courts, the lower bench, the former chief judge of the state, other retired judges, and the senior advocates of Nigeria, present senior lawyers and other colleagues. I, at this point, beg to rest on the already established protocol for want of time. I recognize every one of you here, so particularly the heads of various security agencies that have come to join us here. I am here to represent His Excellency, the Governor of Plateau State, who regrettably has been unable to join us at this event. His Excellency is pained by the fact that this event was scheduled or rescheduled at his instance to enable him to be with us. Being the true barman that he is, he wanted to be part and parcel of this occasion. Particularly when it's valedictory in terms of the MBA law week, since it's speaking of its company.